What's up, YouTube? It's Joe Catchpalia sitting on the couch, making some money investing in fractional real estate online, as usual. Today's Friday, so it's time for this week's installment of the 52-week challenge. This is where I tell you everything that I bought as far as fractional real estate goes this week. If you want a little bit more detail on why I'm doing this, at the end of this video, there'll be a link to the playlist. If you watch the first video in the 52-week challenge playlist, I explain what we're trying to do. Please like and subscribe. In the description of this video, I have links to all the places where I'm currently investing in fractional real estate online. So all the places where I've bought, some of these properties, you'll see links to them. Don't just buy them because I did, right? You want to do your own due diligence on the properties themselves and the platforms. There's also a link in the description of this video to the Discord that I have set up. So if you want to jump in there, talk about what you're buying as well, please feel free to do that. There is a 52-week challenge section. But we have a lot of different sections in there where people are talking about different platforms. So jumping right into it, the first thing, I just actually bought a couple of these this morning. Two DACs, which are the digital assignment contracts in this property. It is multifamily property in Detroit, Michigan. This is a little bit different. The exit strategy for this isn't expected to be a sale of this property, but a refinance out. So this is an investor who bought this property, is renovating it, need a little bit additional capital to do that, has a current loan that's very low LTV relative to the appraisal that we have on here. And so he's taking some cash in the form of a digital assignment contract, which is what we buy an interest in. And once his project is done, as long as he's able to refinance, that's when we'd expect to get paid out. So it's interesting seeing the same product being used in a different way. I've been investing a little bit in each one of these, provided that when I do my due diligence, it doesn't seem I don't identify too many new risk factors. This is definitely a much different deal. It would be interesting to learn a lot more about the developer, the investor who's actually doing this project. Don't really have any detail on that. So we're really looking to the value of the asset. This is really, it's very much like a hard money position, right? We're looking at the collateral only. And that's been the case with most of these, right? Usually it's because it's getting ready for a sale versus a refinance, where there's a little bit more business plan risk here. I think it would be interesting to know, who that borrower is, what they're actually, they're not a borrower from us. We're buying a piece of their equity, but what their strategy is and how likely it is for that to work out. Otherwise, the backup plan would be that there'd be a sale, either because we use the performance mortgage or not. But anyway, bought a couple pieces of that. On ground floor, I bought several LROs, and actually, usually I'm doing these and doing the cutoff Thursday night, but I bought these, and actually those other ones too. I bought these early this morning, late last night, however you want to look at it, and so they're going to go in this one, and then next week I'll just move the date a little bit. I've been behind on everything. Sorry about that. Going to catch back up. Trying to get some videos out today, so we'll see. But so quite a few LROs this week, right? And I'm just doing the same strategy where I'm putting a small amount of money in every single one. Really trying to get to a larger diversified portfolio on here. I have 106 loans. This is the first week in a little while that I've been able to actually grow the portfolio. We'll see how that goes. I still have money sitting in this account that is unused because I'm trying to just do the same amount in every single deal. Hoping to get up to around 200 notes. If I can get there and not have these this massive artificial payoff in the meantime, I'll probably start putting more money on this platform again. That was the big thing that had me pull some off, because I don't like having the idle cash. And so want to really get to a point where I believe that they're going to let me build up this diversified portfolio without artificially taking that away. So it's what I did on ground floor. And I did want to point out, so far, still no defaulted loans. I feel like I've been very lucky relative to the people that I've talked to in the Discord, partially because I'm newer, right? I've only been investing in here a little over a year. But I've had several extended, but no defaulted yet. But most of my extended paid off. a large chunk of those, though, during that sort of artificial payoff. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I do have a playlist for ground floor, and you can watch that video. Right now, only 2 extended, so, looking pretty decent there. I bought 3 properties on Lofty. If you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you'll see this one. This will be familiar. I've been buying it for months now. I'm almost to a 15% stake in it, slowly getting there. And I just decided I was going to pick one. I did a video on why I picked this particular property. It's looking more and more like the exit strategy is just going to be to sell it in real life, but I feel like there's a lot of, a nice deep discount to be able to do that. So that's the plan there. Bought a little bit more of Lipford. This is one that I probably talked about a few times. This is actually listed for sale in real life. This is one that Lofty didn't halt the trading, once we listed it. That seems like that's not really being applied consistently at the moment. I don't know if they're just missing some or what. But listed in real life, I'm just buying it because the discount to what I think it's going to sell for is still fairly decent. So there's that. This is a property I've talked about a few times. It was one of my most consistent yielders for a while. Now it's, the market price is just quite a bit lower. I think if we get a tenant in there and it starts, going again, I think it could be a perfectly good, decent yield. It has very low debt. I think there's like $80,000 in debt. Yeah, $82,000, 38% LTV. So there is some debt, but it's relatively low. I also think if we sold it at this price, I'm going to be perfectly fine. So, just picked up a little bit more of this one. With some of the money that I left in, I didn't take out 100% of the money I got when I sold Odom, so I left some for there. I haven't actually bought any of this one yet, but I just figured I'd mention it. I did put out a due diligence video for this 2 days ago, I think, the Malone on Mogul. I plan on having my portfolio update video come out shortly after this one. For Mogul, it's struggling a little bit, right? My portfolio is not doing quite as well as I'd like, although it's still doing well enough that I'm planning to buy a piece of this one. I'm just actually waiting for my money to move from one account to the one that actually is connected to this. So probably will be buying this later today or maybe tomorrow, provided it doesn't sell out. But it looks like it's going a little bit slower. So just thought I'd mention that one. That's everything that I bought this week. Feel free to jump in the Discord, share what you bought this week. You can also do it in the comments to this video. Or I know it seems like most people just prefer to DM me. You're always welcome to do that too. I like talking to people about, this fractional real estate investing, regardless of the forum, right? So we can do it wherever you feel like it. I know some people like to keep what they're doing a little bit more private. Probably if I get to a point where I'm putting a lot of money in this stuff, I'll do that too. But at the moment, just trying to share 100% of the journey on all this stuff. So we can all get better at this together, maybe help the community improve. I'm actually missing what looks like a big discussion in the on Lofty right now. They're in the voice hangout, so I'm going to jump over to that. Hopefully this video didn't seem too rushed because of that. Anyway, until next time, gonna keep making mistakes so that you don't have to.